Whoops. What's up, everybody? How's it going tonight? I apparently forgot to add myself to the the stage. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. What up, Teal Mike? What up, Pendergast? What up, Goofballs? What up, Creepy Colors? What up, 3M? How's everybody going? How's everybody going? I'm going to do this probably like 40 times tonight, but I feel like it's... Yeah, the batteries must be dying on that one. I'm sure Dave is devastated. Oh, no, that one, it did it fine that time. So that was at least 6 times. So we got that out of the way a little bit. How's everybody doing tonight? How's everybody hanging? How's everybody surviving? What up, Thor? We're all just here to have some fun and just randomly ramble about randomness. Definitely not going to get in any sort of sensitive topics about anything in particular, because this is not the time nor the place, and frankly, I'm very tired of anything political right now. So, with that being said, man, it's been about a month now or so. And if any of you guys weren't watching last night, yes, I am doing much better. I went and found out, had some x-rays done, found out I had a bulged disc in my back. That was causing the pain in my arm. Thankfully, the pain has subsided, although, this top portion of my arm right here is still a little numb. I mean, there is feeling there, but it's kind of like that, laying on your arm, fell asleep type of feeling. And then my pointer finger still has a little numbness to it. I guess I meant kind of like your fingers got real cold and they're warming up, and they still kind of have that weird chunky feel to it, kind of. But yeah, I've been going to the chiropractor. Oh crap, that's what I gotta call. I was supposed to do that today. Whoops. Wouldn't have mattered. They were closed today anyways. I gotta figure out how I'm gonna get to the chiropractor tomorrow. So if whatever reason was not paying attention when I made my appointments, and I forgot that I work and that my wife was working, so I wasn't going to be able to leave early to go because my appointment's at 9:30, and the kids, specifically Claire, doesn't get on the bus until just before 9. And I have to be at work at 10, so there's no way I'm making it to work in time if I go. But yeah, I have to call right away in the morning and figure that out and see if I can get in right away or something. But yeah. So we're working on, like I said, I'm going twice a week, trying to get things sorted back out. But yeah, so I'm doing okay, which is definitely the prognosis that one would want to hear. I'll tell you, man, I have such empathy and understanding of people who live in chronic pain now. I could not do it. Yeah, that's some banana stuff, man. Yeah, because then it was I don't know, it was last week, or I think it was Sunday, and I had something happen where it almost felt like my muscle or a tendon or something wrapped around my collarbone, or I don't know. It was the weirdest feeling, but I went to go move my arm and I was like, and it was 1,000 times worse than what was happening here. And I literally this was about as far I could raise my arm at the time. And as the day progressed, I was able to pretty much get it to about here, but there was no way I could do this. And if I put my head back, it would cause it to hurt too. But thankfully, I went to bed, and the next morning I woke up and it was totally fine. I had a range of motion and everything back. So I was like, okay, I guess we're just gonna discover weird new creaky joints and stuff. So, but yeah, so I'm surviving. It's been a trying time. Why do I sound like there's something crawling around over here? Stop it. Ouch. Totally just pinched my finger. Um, but yeah, so what do we got here? Creepy colors. I bought that. Those kids need to go to bed. Yeah, I actually got all three of the Anime Heroes Digimon figures, and I really liked them. The Belizomon he's really cool because I remember having like the original one that kind of was very, very similar when I was younger. And it was like one of the ones I really liked. Stop it. But yeah, so I really dig those. I have a feeling that they might do more, but we'll see. Yes, the one with the red guns. Yep. Ooh, where's it shipping from? I am very tentative to see. Um, let's see, what does mine say? Oh, I did not in any way, shape, or form ask for that. Let's see here. Come on, I'm like right next to the router. Mine still says April 23rd, so it is, Mr. Jones. It is. I do be riffing. Um, yeah, I saw earlier, I think it was on Tuesday, that ROM was in stock at GameStop, so I canceled my Amazon pre-order and ordered it over there. So that should be here tomorrow, Saturday. It's not tomorrow, it's Saturday. Very excited for that. That's like definitely one of those ones that I had really been crossing my fingers and hoping that they would do since they did Crystar. And after I heard that they got the rights back, what up, Brian? Um, when I heard that they had gotten the rights back to reprint books over at Marvel, I was like, oh sweet, maybe we'll get a legend. And lo and behold, probably like 2 months later, they announced it. I was like, yes. So I was pretty stoked for that. Um, so yeah, I guess we will see. Micronaut reactions are coming too. Yeah, I really hope. Um, what up, stupid sandwich? Um, yeah, I really hope those Micronauts are better than these, because I mean, while this isn't terrible, because it's far from being terrible, and that's actually saying a lot when it comes to Super 7. Just saying. Um, and I don't know, there's just something about the plastic, like it just doesn't feel as quality as like an old GI Joe. So I'm really hoping that the reaction one, or the Micronauts ones, is good. 3M says, I recently got the collector edition Power Girl from Best Buy. The crazy part is they sent me the platinum edition. I'm not mad about it, just surprised. I took the jacket off. Does she have the cape still under the jacket? Because I mean, that'd be, I mean, kind of cool, I guess. Um, But yeah. Oh, creepy colors. When did you make it into mint and box? Was I there? Was I not there? I know, dude, I see so many people on a daily basis and I'm like, I'm usually only not there once a week. So it's like it's pretty hard to miss me, but yeah. Oh, yes, Mr. Jones, some Stariars. That'd be dope. I've never been able to Stariars. I still want to put a W in there. A 112 scale Joe Gladiator. That'd be dope. I really want um the was it the Rolling Thunder? I don't what are the whatever the Dreadnought um car is. That's the one that I really want. What up, chum bucket? Uh and goodbye, chum bucket. We'll see you on the replay. Oh, no cape. Okay. Yeah, that's cool though. Um it's just it was kind of a weird choice that they did it with the cape because it's like or with the coat. I'm like, but you guys gonna do any of the other characters from this run to make it worth? I don't know. uh, Mr. Jones says, "Stupid GameStop sent me the Chase edition of Power Girl 2 and ignored all my emails about returning it a few months ago." Yeah, sounds about right. I just bring it back to one of the stores and return it. Oh yes, the Fatal Fluffy too. Yeah, that'd be dope. I'd love to see like a modernized version of those. Ah, yes, I that was surprisingly the one day of the week I was off for that day. So, but I'm glad you were able to grab that. Yeah, it was a dope figure. Same thing with the Monkey Man. Um, I was super surprised to see that with his glasses, which was crazy. Um, Tio Mike, where you had said earlier that your Spidey was coming. Where's it? Where did you order it from? I'm just curious. I'm trying to keep track of like when things are starting to show up and when they're not. And I I am trying to randomly BBTS. Okay, cool. Um I am randomly trying to um hit target to see if I can get lucky and find a Peewee. Um that's really that Pee-wee and the Count, and I know I mean, the Sesame Street ones will be everywhere eventually, but, I really and I know well, I'm sure Pee-wee will be too, but that's, I've been literally chomping at the bit for a Pee-wee, since they did the Toonie Terrors or, whatever they call that line when it's not a horror character. Um, but yeah, that's super, super awesome. Um I guess I don't know who Mara is in GI Joe. I'm not. That doesn't ring a bell for me. Oh, nice. Where did 3M? Where'd you get the Ultimate Damien Priest? Was that on Ringside or something, or maybe Amazon? I don't really know other than those two places where they sell them. Or I mean, I suppose like Target might, but yeah. Um, the Red Sonja is finally on its way from boss fight. Took forever. Um, It's so crazy how long that took. 3M says, I have Bert and Ernie and they're awesome. Once they get to Cookie Monster, I'm done. Yeah, I haven't gotten Bert and Ernie yet. I don't know. I mean, like, I want to support that line, but I don't know. There's just so many. Oh, nice. That's awesome. Um, I really don't necessarily want Bert and Ernie. I mean, I want Count. I want Oscar. Um, I definitely want a Grover. Um, because then I won't be so tempted to open the Palisades Super Grover that I have. Would love an Elmo. Cookie Monster for sure. Big Bird and Snuffleupagus would be two other ones that I would want. Tully. Yeah, a lot of the monsters would be ones that I would like, would be the ones that I would want. I don't really know who else for Sesame Street that's like a mainstay that I would need to have. But I mean, would I probably get Bert and Ernie eventually? Yeah, probably. But I'm still a little mad that my quarter scale Donnie broke at the hip joint earlier this week. I'm glad I have my 7-inch scale now. Like, you can't get those quarter scale. Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah. Mara was a Cobra lady they genetically modified to have gills and blue skin, and Shipwreck fell in love with her. Okay. Interesting. Creepy Color says, Mint in Box is the best store I've ever been to. I was almost overwhelmed. I appreciate that. We try really hard. Since you have been in, we have added 3 more display cases. And we are in the process of filling those completely with loose action figures. So if you get a chance within, I mean, I'd say wait until like May. We should have the store pretty much tip top by May. Because I know we've got the Kane County show at the end of, towards the end of April. So we'll probably have some stuff taken out of the store. But yeah. Let's see. What's really Pendergast says what's really funny, frustrating is it is shipped the day after an order shipped from Hasbro and it should arrive 2 days before the Hasbro order. Oh, DHL's the worst. We've had several counts at my Target last night, but I've yet to pull a trigger on any of the Sesame Street stuff. Yeah. What up, Shaggy? I am not going to Kane County because I'll be at the store. We decided, since there's a show pretty much on the same weekend of all of the Kane County shows. So Dave we're probably not going to be going to Kane this year. I'm trying, possibly, maybe trying to get myself out to Legion's Con this year. I don't know if I'm gonna make it work, but I'm certainly gonna try. Barkley, yeah, Barkley would be a good one. I'd have to think. I can't even think of any other like mainstream like Sesame Street characters that would be like a necessity. I mean, I know there's people like what up, Jeff? I know there's like a bunch of people that would be I don't remember what the little pink fairy girl monster, I can't remember what her name is, but yeah. The Altered Beast Sega action figure. I have the wolf one. I actually have 2. I was supposed to send one to somebody named Emilio, and I kept forgetting. I also have to send something to Man Mountain. Hopefully, I will totally remember to do that on Monday when I have some time. But yeah, that the wolf Altered Beast guy is cool. I have been waiting for the dragon one, but I haven't seen that anywhere yet. Is that her name? Prairie Dawn? Okay. 3M says, and it's insane how Amazon wants over $40 for the Ultimate Edition Dominic Mysterio. Well, I mean, it's kind of crazy. I mean, if you remember correctly, I feel like they modified the pricing on the Ultimates because I feel like when they first came out, like way back in the Ronda Rousey and Finn Balor era, that I think they were $40 at Target, if I remember correctly. And they just kind of sat and sat and sat. And I think that's why they ended up dropping them down in price. And I feel like that's also why we don't really get as much as we used to. I mean, I know that we still get stuff, but I feel like it's few and far between where we get ones where you get the swappable arms, like the Bray Wyatt one that just came out. Like that one had a lot of stuff, but I feel like some of them don't really come with the extra arms, or they've started including soft goods instead of sculpted, coats with swappable arms and stuff. But who knows? But I swear they were $40 when they first came out. But yeah. No, what up, Northern? Um, Obviously no spoilers, but man, how good has Daredevil been so far? And I am super stoked for next season. I am also super stoked that Rick and Morty's coming back. I'm super stoked South Park's coming back. Very excited to watch Andor. Let's see what else. What else? Reacher was amazeballs. I'm very, very much needing a Reacher action figure now. And let's be 100% honest. James Gunn is a moron if he doesn't hire Alan Ritchson to play Batman. I mean, that dude is so freaking big. It's insane. I feel like he would be the quintessential perfect epitome of Batman. Like, wow. But we'll see. Creepy Color says, I watched Batman Forever last night and I almost forgot how Tommy Lee Jones and Jim Carrey absolutely killed them roles in the best way possible. It's funny too because apparently they did not like each other. Well, at least Tommy Lee Jones did not like Jim Carrey. Oh yes, Pendergast. Yes, sign me up for a Reacher figure. That show is so good. Actually went out and bought the book. What is it? It's the book for the third season. I just want to read it to see how different it is, and just see how close. Because I've never read any of the books because Tom Cruise really turned me off the character. Because I mean, I'm not a huge Tom Cruise fan, but I can't buy a Tom Cruise Reacher. Goofballs, the spin-off comes out soon. I'm not sure what the spin-off is for, but the way they interact almost works better. Oh, 1,000% for sure. For sure. I read all but 2 or 3 of the books and they were all really good. Definitely recommend them. Do you know which book is technically the first book? Because I was trying to find that the other night and I got sidetracked and I haven't gone back. But if you've read, oh, I didn't know that there was the Reacher. Is it just called Neely? um, oh, it is just called Neely. um, let's see. What does it say? Oh, it's not even supposed to come out until next year, apparently. Um, the series received a series order back in October 2024. So it sounds like, it sounds like Reacher will pop in as a guest role. Filming began in Toronto just in February, and it's supposed to last until June. So they're still filming it right now. So I guess we will. The season 1 is the first book called The Killing Floor. Okay, I will look that up right now. So I remember. Because I know that there was like a whole like chronological thing. Because I was like, I'm kind of like curious to like, let's see. Whoa, it jumped. The spin-off, Neely. Speaking of Batman Forever, I got the Batman Forever Batmobile for $38.99 from Amazon, and Tommy Lee Jones Two-Face was more like the Joker to me, and Jim Carrey's Riddler mirrored Frank Gorshin's. Yeah, oh for sure. Fantasticfiction.com. That's good to know. Yes. Reacher has been Aquaman. He was Hawk, aka Hank. No, is it? What was it? Hank Hall. That's what it is. I kept wanting to say Hill, and I'm like, that's not right. In Titans, and he portrayed the best turtle, Raphael, in the Michael Bay movies. Yeah, no, I don't. I don't honestly know what I did to my back, so I'm actually chalking it up to the fact that probably like a week prior to it happening, we had gotten snow, and I was staying on top of it, so I didn't have a ton of heavy snow to lift, and I probably shoveled like 5 times, so like the twisting and stuff probably didn't help at all. So thanks, Crimson Geek. I really appreciate that. I truly, truly do. I'm glad to be back. Very much so. I'm glad to be back, just chit chatting and trying to take people's minds off of the wackiness that is our world today. I all of a sudden find myself wanting to go to CinemaCon. Um, because I mean, and I'm sure it's been around for a long time. I guess I've never really heard about it, but like, man, I wish I could see like all of these things that people are seeing because apparently they showed off like a clip or a trailer or something for Predator Badlands, and it sounds badass, and I really, really, really wanna see that. I mean, I know there's been a ton of movie trailers like The Naked Gun, which looks hilarious, and I love that it's not a reboot, it's a sequel. So Leslie Nielsen played Frank Drebin in the original ones, and Liam Neeson is playing Frank Drebin Jr. in this one, and Paul Walter Hauser is playing the son of the other guy, the guy who was Frank's partner. Like that whole scene where they have all of like the original cast's pictures, like they're all dead on the wall and they're all crying, and then the camera pans over and it's the OJ Simpson one, and they pan to his son, and he just kind of looks at the camera and goes I'm stoked for that. I still don't know how I feel about Superman. I mean, like it looks really good. Um, but I mean, I don't know until we get like a real good comprehensive trailer. I still got to reserve myself. I'm not going to really say anything because I don't know. I don't have any idea what's going on. After hearing, but it's the internet, so you never know what's true and what's not. So I'm hearing that, oh, it's good, and then all of a sudden I'm hearing, oh, they did screenings and like people don't like it, and I'm like, oh boy, here we go. Should have just kept Henry Cavill. Um, what was the other ones? They dropped the new Five Nights at Freddy's trailer. That looks really cool. Gosh, what was the other one that they were talking about and that I read about? And I was like, okay. But I'm super, super stoked for Thunderbolts. Did anybody else here get suckered into watching the chairs for 5.5 hours the other week? Because man, I was so surprised. Oh yeah, 3M. It comes out, I think, this year sometime. Um, yeah, they're just hammering that out. Um, what was I gonna say? Oh, I'm actually quite excited to see the Minecraft movie now. Like when it first saw pictures, I was like, "What is this?" But everything has kind of grown on me, and then seeing all this stuff with the cast, it really made me like fall in love with the concept of everything. There was a video of a young man who was like a huge Minecraft fan, and and he wasn't doing good, and his dream was to get to see the Minecraft movie, before it comes out, just in case. Um, and so like the movie company made it a thing for him, and I want to say Jack Black was there and Jason Momoa was there, and he got to watch the movie with all of them, and like the kid had a um um just a blast and got to hang out with all those guys, and unfortunately he ended up passing away before the movie even came out, so that was kind of like the whole like let's get him to see it type of thing. I watched this whole video, and it like brought me to tears um with the whole thing. So it kind of certain things put certain things into different lights for me, and um like I really sat there and I kind of thought about it, and I go, why is everybody so critical over this? Is it going to win Oscars? No. Is it going to be fun? Probably. How do you make a Minecraft movie? How do you make a movie about a game that has no story? There's lore. Sure, there's lore, but there's no storyline, you know? Um, so I'm sure it'll be fine for what it is. Um, and, people just need to just kind of go see things and enjoy them for what they are instead of being ultra critical over something that truly has no bearing on their life whatsoever. Like, is the movie good? Is the movie bad? Doesn't matter. Is it going to affect you? No, not at all. Exactly. Yeah. Look at like the dude that's making it is the guy that made Napoleon Dynamite and Nacho Libre. So like, were those movies critical, critically acclaimed successes? No. Are they good movies? Yeah, they're fun movies. It's not like it's cinema. It's not Oppenheimer, they're just fun movies. And the same thing with with the Naked Gun movie. When was the last time we've had a slapstick comedy in theaters? I bet you can't tell me. I bet you it's been a long time. So it's just like, let's deal with it. Um, well, Mr. Jones, to your comment there that says that seems like a common thing with some movies where they always have some terminally ill child um, that gets to see it early, which I'm all for, but sometimes I feel bad like they're exploiting these kids. Are they exploiting the kids? Yeah, probably. It's no different than all of these people on YouTube that rack up YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, whatever. They rack up millions of views, and they go out and feed the homeless. And I'm like, well, I understand that they get money for it, and a lot of those people, the good ones, hopefully, like they put that money back into their channel to help people. But do you're it sometimes it does feel like people are doing it just for the clout of like, look at what I'm doing. Like I saw a video the other day, and it was a guy making fun of a person, which I don't think people should really make fun of people, but he made a good point. It was a lady, I believe it was a lady. Couldn't honestly see their face, but judging by the way that the person sounded when they were crying, I am assuming that it was a lady. Is sitting there bawling her eyes out, holding her snake, and literally said something like, "I come walking in, this is what I find." And it's like, no, you didn't. You set your phone up and you pressed record, and then you sat down and cried over your snake. It's like nobody had that. It's not like you had your camera set up, like that was totally set up. Like you probably already had your moment of being sad, and now you're sitting here bawling your eyes out. And it's not like this was a random occurrence. Like you set your camera up to record yourself crying over your snake. Do I feel bad that your snake died? Yeah, but I, I don't feel bad for you putting it on the internet. Like you're not going to get any sympathy from me. It's just one of those weird things. And I just, people are so phony and stuff sometimes. But it's like, yeah, uh, if I'm going to do something, like do it because you want to, not because there's going to be clout or whatever the case is. But I'm getting way off topic. Um, but yes, Mr. Jones, I definitely do think that sometimes they do take advantage of situations, but it's all for good. So I mean, I don't know. I'm not one to say. I don't know. And Goofball says, in today's current climate, we need more fun stuff. And agreed. That's how I feel it. I'm not saying I love Nacho Libre. Tio Mike, love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. It's one of my top 10 favorite movies. And I'm not gonna say anything bad about anything. And yes, 3M. I definitely want to see the Naked Gun sequel. I think it's going to be hilarious. I mean, technically, the first 6 Mario games had no story either. If you think about it, that franchise is really a patchwork quilt of story elements from dozens of sources. Oh, yeah, of course. And it's no, like now that they have officially announced that there is a Legend of Zelda movie coming, everybody's speculating how are they going to make this work? Which storyline are they going to use? And the funny thing is I think they're just going to go off the first game. That's truly what I think. I think Link has to save Princess Zelda from Ganon or Ganondorf. Now, whether or not he's the green dude or the pig dude or a cloud or a mummy, we don't know yet, but he's got to fight Ganon. He's got to find the Triforce in order to defeat him. That sure sounds like the first game to me. And then maybe do they involve time travel? Potentially. You do the second game. Do you mash in the Ocarina of Time with Majora's Mask and the Twilight Sword? right? Twilight Sword, Twilight Princess. I don't remember what it's called, but the one where Link turns into a wolf. Like you mash all that together because, like, they're all kind of similar, but um, you know, but I almost feel like the smart move would be to start with Breath of the Wild and then do Tears of the Kingdom. Because that's so relevant. But I don't know. We'll see. I'm excited. That's all I gotta say. The best comedies aren't movies anymore. Like, have you seen The Righteous Gemstones? That show is hilarious. I have not watched it yet. I have heard. Um, I'm definitely gonna probably take a crack at that one of these days soon. But yes, I agree. A lot of the comedies have definitely gone to TV now. But and yes, we need legit Nacho Libre figures. I agree 100%. And then he said that I'm worried about the live action Zelda because Link doesn't really speak. So outside of the old cartoon and the manga, it's going to be weird. Well, but I mean, theoretically, Mario doesn't really speak either, other than, it's a me, Mario, let's go. And then there's his random, "Whoop, ha, he, so. No, Zelda's that not the elf dude. That's Link. Yeah, I mean the Hyrule Warriors would be interesting too. Speaking of which, that new one coming out looks pretty awesome. Yeah, I know. I'm excited for it. We'll see. If it's basically the same people that are making, like the Mario movie, even though it's going to be live action, which I think I truly kind of feel like making it live action at this point is a bad move. I feel like they should have made it animated because I personally think that they should create. I think they should create a Nintendo Cinematic Universe, and you have your Mario universe, which because Mario and Donkey Kong are so tightly linked together anyways, it makes sense that they're part of the same universe. But then you have a Metroid universe, and you have a Link universe, and you have a Kid Icarus Pit universe, and Star Fox and F-Zero and all that stuff. You make all these crazy movies, and then you can literally do an Avengers movie with it and have it be the Smash Brothers. They have to do the Smash Brothers tournament in order to save the universe or save the multiverse or whatever. I know everybody's sick and tired of the multiverse, but I think that would be awesome. And now that Link is going to be real life, they could figure out some weird way to do it, but I don't know. I think Smash Brothers would be awesome. I just want them to. I'd love just cast an unknown person to voice Link. I don't need it to be Chris Pratt or Tom Holland or anybody, big. I mean, if it was like an adult Link, um, I think it'd be funny if they had Orlando Bloom voice adult Link. Or play Link. I mean, he's already been Legolas in, like, 5 or 6 movies, soon to be a 7th one. Just have Orlando Bloom play Link. Um, but I mean, like, imagine like a Star Fox movie. How cool would that be? Or an F-Zero movie. I mean, we've gotten all of these movies with um like Ford versus Ferrari and Gran Turismo and Need for Speed and stuff like that. Dude, you could just do it like that. Like F-Zero. Come on, it could just be a new Fast and the Furious. That's what the F stands for. Fast. It's a F0, Fast and the Furious. you know? Captain, what's the one dude? Captain Falcon could secretly be Dominic Toretto. Ganondorf should be CG and voiced by either Keith David or Ron Perlman. I could get behind that for sure. Um, but yeah, I'm pretty stoked for that. It'll be interesting to see. I feel like they've announced like 40 new horror um movies too. Yes, 3M. If it were just like the Speed Racer movie, mwah, it'd be so awesome. No, I don't, and I don't think it would be too hard to do as a story or as a movie. I think it'd be awesome. Um, trying to think of like what other like, because I know besides Gran Turismo, which I know technically it's based. There was an F-Zero anime series. What? Man, I gotta look that up now. Um, I know Gran Turismo is more actually based off of a real thing than the video game, but it involves the video game. But like Need for Speed was obviously um meant to be like the game. What was the other one? Because I feel like there was two. Because who was it? It was it Aaron Paul who was in Need for Speed, right? I feel like there was two video games. Because I know that there's like Need for Speed was like one of the big racing games, and Gran Turismo. What is the other one that I'm? What is the other racing game that I'm thinking of? Like the big one. It was on 4Kids Fox Box with Sonic X and Ultimate Muscle and Kirby. What? I did not know that there was an F-Zero anime. And why do I feel like I know that Kirby had a cartoon, but I don't know. I don't recall ever seeing it. God, I have to watch all this stuff now. um, yeah, that's crazy. I didn't know that. Definitely gonna have to look it up. A Spy Hunter anime would be pretty dope. I don't know if I've because The Rock made a Spy Hunter movie, didn't he? Or was or did they make a Spy Hunter game with The Rock? And then there was talk that they were going to do a movie or something. Um, Kirby one's called Kirby Right Back at Ya. Oh man. Yeah, see, Midnight Club popped in my head too, but I don't think um that's the one I'm thinking of. But okay, so there was supposed to be a live action Spy Hunter. Okay. Yeah, as I vaguely remember that because that was like 15 plus years ago at this point. Um, oh man, what is the one game that I really liked that was it was like a side. Okay, that makes sense then. Okay, what is the one video game that was out on the NES and it was a side scroller and you drove around in a little like weird vehicle and it had the wheels and you could jump with it, but then you could also make it go up and it had a cannon and it shot and you could get out of it and you were just a little dude and then you'd go into like doors and then the game would go from side scroller to like almost like third person, and you'd be in a room as the little dude, and you'd have to like walk around and fight things. And Blaster Master, yes, that's it. Oh man, played that game for so many hours and never beat it, not once. How about a Tick movie? I don't think we need a movie. I mean, we've had two TV series, and they're both really good in my opinion. I just wish they would have kept going with the one on Amazon, because they left it at a cliffhanger, and I will never know what happens now. No. I know that Master Blaster or Blaster Master wasn't a racing game. I'm thinking of like a way more modern game that was a popular racing game like Gran Turismo or Need for Speed. It wasn't Midnight Club. I feel like there's another one. I mean, I know that Need for Speed has had like Need for Speed Underground, Need for Speed Hot Pursuit. You know, it's not Need for Speed, because like I said, that was the movie that had Aaron Paul, right? I didn't know he was older than me. I thought for sure he was younger than me. Film. Okay, yes, he was in Need for Speed. Let me see if I click on this, if this will tell me. Yeah, I thought maybe it would say something like, came out at a time when there was a lot of racing, video game, whatever. Yeah, that's definitely not the one. Outrun? I don't know if that's the one either. I don't think it's Outrun. Let's see. List of films based on video games. Pretty sure this was a live action. Let me see. Let's see. Here's Need for Speed. Okay. Yeah. Apparently, I was wrong. Holy buckets! What? All right, this is gonna blow your guys' mind. No, it's not Need for Speed. That's not the one I'm thinking of. But yeah, not Speed Racer, not The Last Starfighter. Listen to this. This is a list of upcoming video game movies. Until Dawn, I think that's coming out on the 25th. Exit 8, which I'm not familiar with, but that comes out in August. Mortal Kombat 2 comes out in October. Five Nights at Freddy's 2 comes out in December. The new Resident Evil movie, which, did anybody ask for that? If they do it right, cool. I'm still pissed. I know that the Netflix show wasn't the greatest, but it kind of had me hooked, and I wanted to see where it was going. But it is what it is. Sonic the Hedgehog 4 and The Legend of Zelda, which is slated for March 26, 2027. But get this. So here's 4 games that are being made into movies that are undated right now. Iron Lung, which I have no idea. Return to Silent Hill, Street Fighter, and Watch Dogs. But get this. Get this, everybody. Get this. In development, Bendy and the Ink Machine, Claire Obscure, Expedition 33, Comic Zone, Untitled Crossfire film, and if I'm guessing Crossfires like where you had the things in the middle of the board and you shot the metal ball bearings. I feel like that's what that's supposed to be. Days Gone. Like, if you're gonna make Days Gone, you better cast Sam Witwer to play his character, because I get real sick and tired of hearing like with Cal Kestis, like they're like, oh, there's been talks of casting Will Poulter to play Cal Kestis. I'm like, why would you do that? Why not cast the guy who's an actor who lent his likeness, mocap, and voice to the character? And he's a good actor too. How many years was he on Gotham? Okay, like, for the love of criminy, just like deal with it. Death Stranding, which that I would be very, very excited to see that as a movie. Untitled Dead by Daylight film, Dredge, Untitled Duke Nukem film, El Paso Elsewhere, Eternal Champions, Untitled Firewatch film, Five Nights at Freddy's 3, Ghost of Tsushima, Tsushima, I hope I say that right, Gravity Rush, Helldivers, Hello Neighbor, the movie, Horizon Zero Dawn, Jack and Dexter, Just Cause, nobody asked for a Just Dance film, Kingmakers, Untitled Metal Gear film, Outlast, Untitled Pac-Man film, Untitled Pokemon Detective Pikachu sequel, Poppy Playtime, a Portal movie, a Rabbids movie. I love the Rabbids, by the way. Like, I may have to get a rabbit tattoo now that I think about it. Runer, who, please, for the love of God, give me a Saints Row movie franchise. And I want it to follow. Okay, so Ghosts of Shima? Ghosts of Shima, right? That's what I'm getting there. But Saints Row, you have to do it like verbatim. Like, you don't have to necessarily include the reboot that came out, even though it's still kind of wonky. But I want it to be like Saints Row 1, 2, 3, and I want like the Matrix side of things. I want the superhero side of things. I want the Johnny Gat goes to hell. I want all that. Man, are you reading? Are you Tsushima? Okay. Are you reading the same list that I'm reading right now, Mr. Jones? Shinobi, Slime Rancher, Space Channel 5, Space Invaders, Split Fiction, Streets of Rage, Talking Tom, House of the Dead, Ghost Recon, and Vampire Survivors. And these ones are animated ones. Let me see here. Okay, so these ones are all that have release dates. I'm not going to read those, but there's Final Fantasy, The Spirits Within, Final Fantasy 7, Advent Children. Wait, what? Are these? Oh, these are ones that have released. Sorry, I was like, what? I started reading ahead. I'm like, they remaking all these? What? Upcoming. There is a Angry Birds 3, Stray. What is this? Is this To the Moon, apparently? These all got to be, yeah, those are old ones too. I don't want to know about the old ones. Wow, this is all some really old stuff. I'm apparently just going to need to hold on to that list and look at it later. What is it? What is it called? What's it called? I just watched the first episode of a show on Netflix, an anime, and I already think that I'm 100% hooked. Um, oh, look, I did all right. I'm gonna have to go watch a episode of Devil May Cry. I did not realize that that was out. Was it what? Oh wow, they added a bunch of stuff. Uh,
Save it. I don't want to hear your excuse.
sorry. Uh, Sakamoto Days. Holy Christ. That is a hilarious. Yeah, I guess it did come out today. Sakamoto is basically like if John Wick stayed retired for a lot longer than he did. Uncommon Side Effects is a great cartoon on Adult Swim. It is. I watched the first 2 episodes of it and I was like, I gotta wait until this is like the first season is done because I have to like sit and watch the whole thing all at once because it was just kind of on in the background and I was just like I kept wanting to be like and just stare at it and I'm like I can't do this right now, I got stuff to do. But yeah, so but it is about that time. Time for me to go eat some dinner because I am hungry. And I'm tired. I apparently needed some sleep real bad yesterday. But yeah, so as always, you guys, thank you. Thank you so much for hanging out with me for an hour and just having a nice conversation. Um, and yeah, you know what? Like, for some of you guys that follow me on Instagram, my brain don't want to brain. Um, feel free to message me and send me some ideas for things to talk about. I usually 99% of the time just kind of come in blindly and talk about whatever. But if there's anything specific that like lists of things that you would want to talk about, like video game movies or you know, crazy things like that, like hit me up, like throw some ideas at me. I'm here for it. Um, Thank you, goofball. I'm glad to be back. I'm glad to not be in the pains anymore because it was brutal. Um, but you guys know the drill. All the stuff is over on Dave's socials. You know, if you want to donate to Extra Life or whatever I think it's Extra Life still, right? Yeah, I can't remember exactly, but um, got all that. Also, please, if you do want to buy a shirt or any of our merch that we have available, do it directly through Pro Wrestling Tees. Don't buy it someplace else because there's like, Dave was showing me pictures and there's like dozens of websites out there right now selling bootleg versions of our stuff. So like if you get it from Pro Wrestling Tees, they're they're better quality. They probably aren't charging nearly as much either, but or the bootleg people probably charge more. um, but yeah, get your stuff there. Um, and if you're not following me on Instagram, go ahead. It's right here. Give me a follow on Instagram. Um, and yeah, I appreciate you guys. I really do. Um, it was nice to hear from Dave that people, you guys were asking about me and and all that stuff. So I truly do appreciate you guys actually caring. But again, as always, thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for listening to me ramble for an hour. Thanks for supporting our channel. Because, yeah, I mean, if you guys aren't watching our stuff, there ain't no reason for us to do it. And yeah, yeah, thanks for hanging out. And I'm doing the good old fashioned Minnesota goodbye. Thank you, Shaggy. The COJ cares, Grif. The COJ provides. Goats. But yeah, so you guys, you know what time it is. Throw them horns up, and we'll catch you next week at the same Grif time, same Grif channel, and you'll probably see me on Wednesday too. So we'll catch you guys next week. Bye. Bye. Bye.